How about some Jacksonville Jaguars talk? The offseason rolling on down at TIAA Bank Field. Plenty of work being done behind the scenes to get this roster together, gelling and learning about the new offense and defense the Jags will play this fall. Monday's first offseason training activity featured high attendance rates and a good bit of competition with more talent on this roster than we have seen in quite a few years. Yes, I know we say that every year, but considering how last year went and what that team looked like by season's end, I think it's pretty fair to say the Jaguars are in a better place now than they were 1 year ago.
I value the OTAs, and from the standpoint of really being able to evaluate, players this time of year, even though we're not making, roster moves and cutting it down to 53 and all that, you still get a lot out of these as a coach, and now you get to really put your team into game situations and really start coaching that.
So one player who absolutely has to be in a better place than last year if the Jags want to improve, well, that'd be the man under center, Trevor Lawrence. He's got new weapons to play with. Wideouts Christian Kirk, you just saw, Zay Jones here, not to mention the addition of Travis Etienne to that offense. An offense that'll be guided by Coach Peterson with plenty of input coming from number 16.
We haven't installed everything yet, but a lot of the things that we did last year that I liked, we just call them something different. So just conversating and letting them know what I like, what I don't like. When you can just collaborate, and obviously from my standpoint, Coach Peterson, Price, they got the final say, but I want to be a part of that process, and they've been awesome and just working together, and I think we see things the same way, and it's fun having a group that communicates really well.
I really like his dialogue with Coach McCoy and Press and myself, and the things that he likes and doesn't like, and just want to see that growth in him here as we sort of wind down the off season and gear up for training camp. But he's been focused, he's been here, he's been attentive, he's done a good job on the football field, he's a leader, and those are the things that we want to continue now as we head into training camp.
Some observations from behind my camera lens on Monday in our OTA experience, starting with a packed house. Only the one field to work with inside TIAA Bank, as the practice facility currently under construction, so a lot of bodies in a small amount of space. Among those players, how about number 1, Travis Etienne? Great to see him out there practicing. Coach Peterson says he's a full go, but they're not going to risk any chance of a setback with him, and lots of learning moments. Veterans helping out the young guys, something you love to see on the field as players are all working to improve. On the defensive side of the ball, there's going to be a new man in the middle of that linebacking core with the addition of Foye Oluokun. The guy was a tackling machine during his time in Atlanta. Now he's getting used to a new defense in Jacksonville.
Well, the first time the whole group's together, man. You got some young pups that you got to take care of now. How is it running around?
Yeah, it's cool. Just got to get everybody on the same page, and we're taking definitely good steps going forward. And like I said, get everybody on the same page. You can fly around and be a cohesive unit.
How much do you take a leadership role, given what they're asking you to do, but also given what they just drafted in all those young players?
I definitely want to get them along, seeing the same things that I'm seeing. So, like I said, we can all be on the same page. So I definitely take that upon myself, because I'm not only teaching them for them, I'm teaching them for me too, so that we can all be, playing together, not just individuals.
We're trying to figure out what this defense looks like with all this new linebacker help in it, and we're having a hard time. How's that playbook look?
I'm just playing the play that they're giving us right now. I don't know the grand scheme of things, but individually each play, I'm saying, owning our roles and playing together.
Does it look like you'll do some fun things, have some good wrinkles in there?
I'm hoping so. As I said, I'm kind of new to the whole thing, the whole scheme. First time with this coach and stuff, so I think he has great plans for us. I think, he's a linebacker coach and everything, played linebacker himself, so I'm sure he has a lot of good plans for us. We're excited to see how it unfolds.
What took off for you the last couple of seasons? Obviously, the stats, the playing time increased too, so that helps, but I mean, what was the growth for you like over these last couple of seasons?
Really, seeing who I'm going up against year after year, understanding who I think the best in the game is, and seeing that they mess up too. So instead of trying to play perfect, just play, have confidence in myself that I'm good enough to be out there. And then once you start seeing the plays happen, you get more and more confidence. So it's kind of a progression, but it's I work hard enough to earn that progression. So trust the work that I put in each and every offseason, and then just watch it happen.
You got another Ivy League guy in the quarterback.
Yeah, I talked to him one of these days earlier. He went to Brown. I think his uncle coached up there. It's cool to see another Ivy Leaguer in the room right now. So hopefully, he keeps progressing the same way I did and flourish on the field.
How cool of a story are you, really, if you think about, you were off the radar and then you've developed now into a big-time player in the NFL?
it's a cool story when I think about it outside looking in, but inside looking out, like me being me, I just want to keep getting better. I think I have a lot to prove. I want to keep playing better, and every day look for something to improve on for sure. So I got this first day of film on there. I'm going to look at it, critique myself, and definitely try to come back better tomorrow.
Trevor Lawrence, I thought, looked pretty good. That was a good sign. Trevor Lawrence had a lot of good things to say about his relationship with Doug Peterson and this football team and where it's headed. Not overly crazy things, but I think a well-balanced look at the future. The quarterback feels like he's in a pretty good place. Some connections with Travis Etienne. That's kind of cool to see Travis Etienne back out there. And I know he's limited to some degree. I know he's been fully cleared, but he actually looked like he was like full go. Like you would have never known. He had like a Liz Frank last year. Well, he looked like if there was a game tomorrow, he could play. I'm actually more fascinated with what the defense looks like because all the additions, all the pieces, what the style's going to be, what the scheme's going to look like, how they're going to play certain guys. There's a lot of unknowns. Just so much intrigue around their defense. But if you ask me if there is something on offense that you can't wait to see, and I think it's the role that Travis Etienne plays.
Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690. It's where we can talk at length about all things local sports. 3 hours, in fact, every weekday, Monday through Friday. Be sure to check out the show, and not only on the radio, 690 AM, but also all our social media channels streaming live with video. As you can tell, you get to see Brent's face, so that's something. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Go check it out.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.